Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we're looking at X Factor issue 8. And just for the record, I have not read any of the previous issues, so I'm a little bit out of the loop where everybody is in terms of this book. So this story is written by Mark Russell, artist Bob Quinn, color artist Jesus Abrutov, letters by VC's Joe Caramanga, and then cover artist Greg Land and Frank O. Marta. And I apologize if I said any names wrong. The cast: Angel, Pyro, Celia Reyes, Granny Smite, who I've never heard of, Forget Me Not, hey, and Cyber, no idea who that is. I guess he's the new kid on the block. And our story begins with a very, very down to in the dumps Havok. He's broken up with Polaris again, or Polaris had broken up to him. X Factor have kicked him out, and well, he's a sorry sight, and Forensic needs his help. Yeah, she needs his help, and it's because perhaps he has betrayed everybody. That's why. I don't know how he betrays everybody. I would need to go read it, but he betrayed Polaris, and perhaps that's one of the reasons. So this team on Krakoa, and they are facing the X-Men, X Factor versus X-Men. And rather than Kawan sort of stepping up being the lead, I did notice that it is the Beast this time around. So Juggernaut goes flying in quite quickly, and Klee starts making a meal off everything, and Temper controls Pyro, and then Beast realizes that, well, this team is pretty lame. So you got Granny Smite, who literally can't die. You got this kid who just has electromagnetic field, which Goody didn't use because Beast would have lost all his pictures. And then Beast questions his arrogance. So he's been in the hospital. The Angel took a while to come out, and there's a reason why, because he had a few adaptations done to become even more dangerous as an Archangel. And then all of a sudden, the tide sort of turns in their favor. So they even make Beast run very, very quickly. And then it turns out he who nobody remembers does something very sneaky. I thought that was very cool. That was very cool. And then Kawan brings it all down to a key. Meanwhile, Cyclops isn't amongst this group. Bear in mind, they were on the island together, literally at the end of that last issue. So I thought it was strange, or Cyclops perhaps thought something else was going on, but he was putting his visor on. So I found it odd that he wasn't leading this sort of against Archangel's band of X Factor. Meanwhile, Havok and Frenzy are running. And Frenzy, I think, was towards the end of the Krakow area. I think people wanted to see more of Frenzy's character. We wanted to see her perhaps in the X-Men or something like that. I'm not sure on her role in X Factor as a whole, but that's where she originated. She originated in, what, X Factor 7 or 8, the original, with the original X-Men. So it's quite nice that she's here. So, running along with Havok, and Havok soon learns that he has no idea why what Frenzy's goal is here. She has literally just been contacted by Xavier to come and help. Now he doesn't have his helmet here, and she has it there, and she puts this on quite quickly. And Alex sort of refers back to an earlier time where they were all together, mainly probably in the Hidden Years, but towards the end of that original run, they sort of joined the X-Men, and it was quite a nice little notion for him to think about things disappearing and hope and all that jazz. So enter Cyclops. Of course Cyclops was going to enter. It's going to be brother versus brother, and he just this sort of references why he wasn't in there. He had his hand handed to him by Storm. He was just getting his bearings his back together, and then he saw what happened and followed Havok and Frenzy after Cyclops. Now, he sort of says, well, remember our powers don't work against each other, but you know what? Cyclops can do lots of things. He's a strategist. He thinks of other scenarios. And then Havok saying, he's like a father to you, Scott. What are you doing? And Scott says his telepathy is leaking and destroying lives. He destroyed mine. You know, there is a lot of resentment, and sometimes resentment builds, you know, between father and son, you know, parents and children. It happens a lot in this world. It is something that a lot of people can relate to very, very easily. So they really get into it, and basically Havok he sort of just talks about, you know, we don't have many people in our lives, so turning on them is the biggest mistake. And, you know, it seems to be quite common in X-Men that they can turn on a character quite quickly. And that's where Havok is now. He's betrayed everybody. He's a lone wolf. He's got nobody getting his back. So Cyclops takes out Havok quite easily, and then Xavier shows them why he brought them here. He brought them there for a Krakoa egg. No idea who's in there, but it is, I guess it feels like a sign of hope, because they lost all of this. Krakoa was lost. But I'm unsure what this is about. The only thing I can think of is, by the end of this, Elandra will be alive. There it is. There is my prediction. Elandra is coming back. I could be completely wrong. And maybe he'll use this just to enhance his powers, because if I remember rightly, they were spicing with that back in Krakoa. Who knows? I could be completely off the bat, but it just felt like, seems like a right time, the mission that he is going on. Also, it's, where did this come from? They talk about the possibilities, but somehow it was kept hidden. But Cyclops says, you're both coming with me. However, that is not this case. This mysterious figure comes in and electrifies him. I guess if you're reading X-Force, perhaps you know what he is about. I do not. And he simply takes him, and he thanks Cyclops for being a big help as well. So we'll see where this takes us. Very, very interesting. We also get this collage of X Factor covers for over 300 issues. So I guess this is issue 300. Was that the issue? Yeah, no, issue 300. Nice. 300 issues. Well done, X Factor. I thought they were just ending it again. So what have we got left? We've got Exceptional X-Men. We've got X-Force, then Exceptional X-Men, then X-Manhunt Omega. So only 3 issues to go, and we haven't even started on that actual rescue mission, which is to save his daughter. So still a lot to come, he thinks. So anyway, hope you like my video. If you do, please do subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you for watching. Thank you everybody that's subscribed. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.